Hi everyone, it's Rebecca here from SixStarCruises. I am a specialist product executive and I work with many of our leading luxury cruise line brands.
How long have you worked with Six Star?
I have been with the business for 18 years, so a very long time, and I've been able to see some of the most amazing products whilst working here at Six Star.
And what's the fam trip that you're going to talk about today?
So the one thing I want to bring to life today was a recent trip I took on Emerald Kayak. I went at the end of March into early April, and it's a fantastic, lovely luxury yacht. It holds 128 guests, so very small, very intimate. And we did a Athens round trip for a 3-nighter, and it was sort of a shakedown cruise, so get to experience the ship and the service, and obviously, of course, the lovely food on board.
So what surprised you most when you stepped on board?
I think what surprised me most about Emerald Kayak is, from the outside, her look and feel. She looks like a super yacht that you would find in Monte Carlo port, you know, that a lot of the rich and famous celebrities have. However, once you get on board, the space is very surprising. There's loads of lovely public areas to go, relax, unwind, and it feels very spacious on board. So even though it gives a surprising look from the outside, it looks very small and you're not sure how much room there's going to be, it's actually really spacious, lovely, and just loads of places to explore on board, and obviously discover for yourselves.
What kind of cabin did you stay in?
So I was lucky enough to have a balcony stateroom, which was fantastic. They do have some ocean views on board, which are also lovely, but I was lucky enough to experience the balcony stateroom. And again, first impressions of the room were lovely. You walk in, really clean, contemporary feel, lovely furnishings, very neutral colours and tones with a splash of colour, and just felt like a really lovely area. If you've had a busy day off the ship, exploring, you can go back to your room and you've just got somewhere nice and calming to just have a little 5-minute relax before you go out and get a pre-dinner drink, and then head to some of the lovely dining venues on board.
Love it. What was the best feature in the room?
So my favourite feature, which is surprising and I think a lot of people might laugh at, but next to the bed there was a button, and you don't even have to get out of bed to put your blinds up and down. It was amazing. So yeah, it was a really lovely feature, and does make you slightly lazy, but again, it's something nice, it's something unique. I've never seen that on board. I'm sure other ships will have it, but it was just nice to know, actually, I don't need to get out of bed to go draw my curtains. I can just stay in bed with the telly on, a cup of tea, and yeah, draw my curtains myself.
How many restaurants were on board? How many did you try?
So I was lucky enough, we sampled all the dining venues. So the main dining venue, La Luciana, excuse my pronunciation, is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And it has like an open feel in terms of, you can see into the kitchen, you can see what they're preparing. There's a little bit of buffet style. You can order from the menu. So it offers a great range of choice for customers, whether you're vegetarian, gluten-free, you know, it's got everything that you need. Then for lunch and dinner on the deck 6 is called Le Soleil Bar, which is like a Mediterranean feel. That's obviously open for lunch and dinner, and I highly recommend going there. It was possibly one of my favourite dining venues on board. It offered lots of Mediterranean flavours, pizzas, burgers, something really, really unique, and something lovely to try if you're relaxing on the pool deck there, to head over and enjoy some lunch at that bar. And then one tip and one restaurant I would highlight that you don't want to miss, and that is the Asian night market. It is at an additional cost, but well worth it. It seats up to 8 people, so really intimate, really small, but offers like a teppanyaki style dining. The chef will explain what he's making. It's all served together. And then there's someone with you there as well, just to check that your wine glass isn't going empty and there to top it up.
Was that the best meal on board?
One of my favourite meals on board. The choice and the differences, the different cuisine. It was, yeah, definitely worth paying the additional charge. And I would recommend going there for if you've got a special evening or if you just want to try something different while you're on board. It's definitely a recommendation for me.
And what meal would you go back just to eat again?
I think the one thing that I actually can't stop thinking about and was one of my favourites was from the Mediterranean dining venue on the pool deck, and it was watermelon with feta. And it sounds like a weird combination with the balsamic vinegar, but it was really refreshing and such a lovely option for lunch, especially if you're in a warm weather destination, which Emerald Kaya does tend to do. A lot of cruising, they're in the Seychelles or in the Caribbean. It's just something nice to go and enjoy and not feel too heavy. But yeah, definitely one that I can't stop thinking about and would like to replicate at home.
So things to do on board, what was there to do during the day?
So during the day you will be off, obviously enjoying the lovely destinations, especially as Emerald Kaya can get into smaller ports that other bigger cruise lines can't get to. However, if you're at sea and you've come back on board and if the weather is perfect, they will launch a marina platform at the back of the ship, which is an incredible inflatable area. They've got some sunbeds at the back of the ship with a little bar set up so you can go help yourself to drink, and then you go on the inflatable marina platform. There's a sitting area, you can paddle your feet, enjoy a cold glass of champagne, and then if the weather is actually perfect, they'll launch the Emerald Kaya water slide. So for those thrill seekers and someone who's looking for a bit of fun, it looks incredible, and yeah, definitely one of my favourite places to relax whilst you're on board. So that's something I would recommend people go check out while they're on there in the day. And then of course, if you want somewhere a bit quieter to go settle with a book, the observation lounge is a lovely area. You can sit there whilst you're sailing, take a book, and it's just a really calm, serene place to just relax and enjoy 5-10 minutes.
What were the evenings like?
So the evening atmosphere on board Emerald, again, is very calm, very relaxed. There's no big theatre shows and productions like you get on a lot of the bigger cruise lines. You can go to the bar and there might be a musician playing, and you can just sit, have a drink. If you've met some fellow guests on board, it's perfect for pre and post cruise drinks. Pre and post dinner drinks, so it's a really, really lovely place to relax. Sometimes there might be quizzes on board in the day, so it's well worth checking out your daily programme every day just to see what's on board. But I wouldn't say it's heavily for those who want shows, big entertainment. That's probably not the cruise line or somewhere you'd want to go. It's more of a relaxed atmosphere again feels more like a yacht style holiday rather than the big ship theatre shows, which some people I know enjoy and like, and it's great to see, but it is definitely more of a relaxed atmosphere on board.
How was the service on board?
So the service on board Emerald Kaya was really lovely and personable. From the moment you stepped on, you were welcomed with a welcome glass of champagne, shown to the lounge to just sit back and relax, and then you were called up 2 by 2 to do your check-in, and it was one of the smoothest and easiest cruise check-ins I've ever done. And once you've checked in with your crew member at reception, you then head over to the next desk and there's someone waiting to just talk you through your safety drill and to make sure you understand all aspects of how to stay safe while you're on board, where your life jacket will be located, where the muster station is, if there is a muster drill. And it's not like your normal typical safety drills on board, and that felt really relaxed, really quick, and yeah, shown to your room. And yeah, everyone was super friendly, got to know you, and it felt a bit like a home away from home. I can imagine if you sail for longer on there. I was lucky enough to sample it only for 3 nights, but I imagine if you're on a seven night sailing, by the end of the sailing, you know, everyone feels more like friends and family rather than the staff, and obviously people who are sailing on board.
Who would you recommend the cruise that you went on to?
I would recommend Emerald Kaya to anybody who has previously tried luxury cruising, who's looking for that something maybe a little bit different, something a little bit extra special if there's anniversary, a birthday, and I think it's just such a different experience to normal luxury ocean because of how it feels on board and how it looks, and the ports it can reach, because obviously it's so much smaller. The marina platform just gives that little added extra where you can go and relax, and it's definitely one I would probably try in the Caribbean or sailing around the Seychelles. I can imagine being there on that ship in those destinations is pretty special.
Best moment of the trip?
Best moment of the trip was coming back from our day on Spetses in Greece and going to my suite, getting my swimming costume on, putting my bathrobe on and heading back to that marina platform with a cold glass of champagne and sitting paddling my feet in the sea. Definitely a highlight for me. One thing for me that I'll always remember is just how friendly and personable the staff were. All the food was absolutely incredible, and getting to try the different flavours, the different cuisines, and just being on, again, such a special product, and being able to sample that our customers will obviously sail on. I think people are going to love it. People should try, definitely, the more yacht cruising, style cruising. It's a really lovely way of travelling around.
One word to describe your trip?
Epic.
Best meal?
The feta with the watermelon.
Moment that made you go wow?
The marina platform at the back.
Buffet or a la carte?
A la carte.
Best view?
From the observation lounge as we were sailing from Athens and just looking at the open sea.
Best thing about your room?
The blinds, and of course the space on there. The shower was amazing. The whole room was actually fantastic.
Comfy bed rating out of 10?
10 out of 10, and the pillows were brilliant, I have to say.
Best night on board?
Our second night, when we got to meet the rest of the staff, and we all had some lovely drinks in the observation bar right at the top, which was pretty special.
Where did you take the most photos?
Probably on the back of the marina platform.
One place you go back to?
Definitely go back to Spetses in Greece, which was our port of call, and I would like to go see more of Greece.